America, we are back, baby. Welcome to another episode of America Unfiltered. We got a great show for you guys tonight. A lot of different things to talk about. It's been a really slow news day. Honestly, a really slow last few weeks with news. We are right now dealing with the Epstein controversy and the hopefully soon to be released Epstein files. They have 30 days now to release the Epstein files, but like I've talked about in previous shows and you've probably heard around, it will be very hard to trust these files because not only is Pam Bondi allowed to redact anything she deems to be a security threat, but we have people like Mike Johnson who are saying very similar things, trying to change the bill before it gets to the president's desk. And then we also have the president himself who has buried the files, who has denied that they even existed, has denied any connection to Jeffrey Epstein. And it seems like it's very possible that they have scrubbed some of the information within the files. So we're going to break a lot of that down today. Today I do want to talk about Pam Bondi and her ability to redact information from the Epstein files. I want to talk about an allegation being made towards Epstein. Apparently Epstein had a lemon dick. Whatever the fuck that means. Epstein had a egg-shaped dick. I don't know how that's breaking news, but somehow the New York Post posted an article about that today. We're not going to read the article or anything. It's pretty retarded. I checked it out myself. But we can make fun of the guy a bit. I mean, an egg-shaped penis? That's crazy. We're also going to talk about Larry Summers a little bit. Larry Summers, who works over at Harvard, had strong connections to Jeffrey Epstein as well. And he started a lecture just yesterday talking about his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. And now his name will show up in the files. It's crazy. I mean, again, we have to fucking be very mad at the guy and upset, and we should hope that this person gets prosecuted for being connected to Jeffrey Epstein. But at least this guy has the fucking balls to admit it. This guy sits in front of a classroom of, a huge lecture hall and admits that he is part of the Epstein files, something that our own commander-in-chief has failed to do. So again, we're not giving this guy props. We're just saying that Trump needs to grow a fucking pair of balls here and actually do something that the American people want. I also want to talk about Roseanne Barr a little bit. This dumb bitch, oh my lord. I mean, she was on a podcast with her son, and on the podcast, they really took the mask off. Sometimes the contempt these people hold for the America Firsters, it comes out sometimes, and you could see they take the mask off, they show who they really are, what their true intentions are. So we're going to show that clip today, and we'll end the show talking about Zoran Mamdani, the New York mayor election. We covered that a little bit, but I want to cover what's going on before he steps into office, as there is some new developments. I want to remind everyone to like, smash the follow button, rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Let me know what you think about the show in the comments. We'll read all the comments at the end of the show today. We've been doing that recently, and people seem to be enjoying it. And remember to scan the code up here in the corner. Join our Telegram channel to stay updated on all things America Unfiltered and America First. But with that, we are going to get right into the show today. I do want to bring you guys to our big screen. I want to show you guys this over here. So, breaking, the Epstein files bill authorizes Attorney General Pam Bondi to withhold or redact any information deemed likely to compromise national security or interfere with an active federal investigation. There are two things about this that really, really upset me. One is, we're going to start from the back, work our way up. The active investigation part. We know that just last week, right before they forced the vote on the Epstein files, against Donald Trump's wishes, that Donald Trump instructed Pam Bondi to open a federal investigation into them again. This is just another tactic, another ploy to delay the release of the files, delay transparency, because this is not the most transparent administration in American history. It seems to be one of the more corrupt administrations, who is shilling for foreign lobbies, shilling for pedophiles, protecting foreign lobbies. It is not America First. It is not in the American citizens' best interest. And then when they say that could compromise national security, if the government would suffer because of information about a pedophile who was blackmailing them was let out to the public, they all deserve it then. Then they all deserve to live with the consequences. If our country right now has been run by blackmail, pedophilic blackmail, We need to put an end to this immediately. Not only put an end to it, we need to call it out to the American people. Donald Trump needs to grow a pair. Like, imagine if Donald Trump sat down in the Oval Office and gave an emergency meeting to the entire country and said, they have this on me. They have this. They have told me they don't want me to release the information or this will happen. And here is all the information. We're making it public. They put it online for everybody to see. I mean, again, they might JFK him for it. And I'm sure they don't want that, Israel might JFK him, or whoever's behind it, probably Israel, will JFK him. But at the same time, we will have absolute faith in the president at that point. If the president can turn around and tell the truth for once in his life, for once in his presidency here, it would do wonders for America and for Americans all over who have lost trust not only in the system, but in the president himself. Because people got fired for supporting Donald Trump. People lost relationships with their family members for supporting Donald Trump. People went to jail for January 6th for Donald Trump. And Donald Trump said, fuck you to all of you people. Fuck you. I don't care if you lost a relationship with your family member. They won't talk to you because you're conservative and they're liberal. I don't care if you went to jail for January 6th. I don't care if you got fired for your political views. What I care about is protecting myself, protecting the donors, protecting the pedophiles. And we cannot stand for that. We can't have a country that is run by blackmail. And if our government has been run by blackmail, if that's one of the big reasons that we've been shilling for Israel so hard, allowing them to push regime change war after regime change war on United States taxpayer dollars, controlling Iranian airspace for them, giving them $3.8 billion a year, allowing them to get away with one of the most insane rape cultures in the Middle East. That would be crazy if the reason is that they have blackmail on all the donors of both political parties. And that seems to be the likely case, that Jeffrey Epstein was able to blackmail the Republicans and the Democrats, primarily Democrats, but both people for sure. And a lot of people are like, oh, Trump's a Republican. Maybe they don't have blackmail on him. People forget that Trump was a Democrat. So when they say that Epstein hung out in Democrat-run circles, Donald Trump was a Democrat up until he switched in like the late 2000s when he was going to run for president. People forget that a lot. But Donald Trump really isn't that conservative. He's really not that Republican. He is a liberal in a lot of ways. So we're going to break a lot of this down today. Like I said, this entire thing is really fucked up. But Pam Bondi, the same woman who said, the files are on my desk, the same woman who gave the fake binders out, the same woman who then turned around and said, there's no files, they don't exist. The same woman who said there's no information at all to show that Jeffrey Epstein was killed. There's no information at all to show that Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking to anybody. That's the same woman who is in charge of redacting information within the files that are deemed a national security risk. If anything's redacted, we're only going to be able to assume that it has to do with Republicans, Donald Trump, or even worse. And they make it that way. If they just released the files in their entirety, if they were fully transparent about the subject, then there would be no room for interpretation. But when they do not release the full files, when they make it so we have to speculate on what the redacted parts are, who they're about, what donors they're about, what president they're about, they give us a lot of room to speculate, and we're not going to go easy on Trump with this. We are going to assume the worst. We're going to assume that she is protecting the commander-in-chief he gave her the order to protect him, is what we're going to assume. Sorry, I had to figure out my phrasing there. I was stumbling for a second. But yeah, that's the problem we're dealing with right now. We have a attorney general we can't trust. We have an FBI we can't trust. We have a president we can't trust. We have a vice president we can't trust. And everybody surrounding them seems very hard to trust. You can't trust Rubio. You can't trust Lutnick. You can't trust Vance. You can't trust Trump. You can't trust Bondi. You can't trust Patel. You could barely trust Stephen Miller. So what the fuck do we have left? Do we even have a real country at this point? Or do we just have a country run by pedophiles and blackmail? It seems like we have a country run by pedophiles and blackmail, not actually run by the citizens the way our founders intended. We need the citizens to hold the power in this country, because this shit would never happen if the citizens actually got to choose the direction in which politics went in. And a lot of citizens are really fucking stupid about this, and I hate to call some people out, but a lot of people are really stupid about this because they're like, oh no, we vote the politicians in, so we do have some power. It's like, you're dumb. You have to realize that these people are paid sluts. They are paid whores. All they do is shill for their lobbyists. Literally, the lobbyists will pay them to do the exact opposite thing that they campaigned on. And it's not always the Israel lobby, but a lot of the times it is the Israel lobby. It's also other foreign nations. It's also just people within America in the finance system in Silicon Valley who want to do their bidding through politicians and know that it doesn't hold a massive amount of support with the American public. So they need to bribe these people to do their work for them. And we need the power to be back in the people's hands, because I want to bring it over to here. I want to read you guys what this bill actually says. But the Attorney General may withhold or redact the segregable portions of the record that contain personally identifiable information of victims or victims' personnel and medical files and similar files, the disclosure of which would constitute a clearly unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. That's already part of the bill, so that's just added in there for no reason. Part of the bill is they're not going to release any of the names of the victims unless the victims directly say they want their names released. They're not going to release much information about the victims at all unless they directly say they want it in there. So that part's irrelevant. But then it goes, depict or contain child sexual abuse materials. Again, we already knew that. And then you go down here. Would jeopardize an active federal investigation or ongoing prosecution, provided that such withholding is narrowly tailored and temporary, shall declassify that classified information to the maximum extent possible. So, again, it goes back to the investigation thing. Donald Trump instructed Pam Bondi to open a federal investigation just last week, and I doubt that federal investigation will be done within the next 30 days. They're going to do everything they can to delay the release of these files. A lot of that is due because Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu over in Israel, they're going to meet up again, I'm sure, and they are going to scrub whatever the fuck they can out of these files. Especially after we learned that hundreds of FBI agents were tasked with looking through the files to find when Donald Trump's name was in there. A lot of the stuff we've said on the show before, we're kind of just repeating some of it to emphasize what's actually going on now and show that there is a group of people within our government who are just working against our interests and working to still protect Jeffrey Epstein from beyond the grave. If the Attorney General makes a determination that covered information may not be declassified and made available in a manner that protects the national security of the United States, including methods or sources related to national security. Like, that's fucking insane. That's insane that the Attorney General has the power to withhold the information. The Attorney General has the power to withhold information from the American people, saying it could damage national security. It could damage the government's credibility. If the government's credibility is contingent on protecting a pedophile, let the entire thing come down. I'm fine with it at that point. We do not deserve, or they do not deserve to have our support. They don't deserve to have our tax dollars. They don't support to have shit besides the rest of their lives and cells if they are protecting pedophiles. I mean, it's insane to think that if they released a redacted version of these files protecting GOP donors, Democrat donors, the president himself possibly, high-ranking billionaires, elites, politicians around the globe, it's not crazy to think that there would be millions of people in this country who refuse to pay taxes at the end of the year, or refuse to vote in the midterms, or showed in some way that they will stand against the corruption that is residing among us. Because we have politicians working for themselves, politicians working for foreign nations, politicians working for their donors. They are not representing their constituents. They're not representing us. They're representing them. Right now, it's us versus them. It is the American people who are supposed to hold the power versus the billionaires, the elites, the politicians, the liars, the scumbags, APEC, BlackRock, pedophiles, Blackstone, the president himself possibly. It is us versus them at this point. We cannot let them win. We cannot let them continue to protect pedophiles. We cannot let them continue to run this blackmail operation. We cannot let them continue lie and be deceitful to the American public who risked everything to vote this guy into office another time. Again, people have went to jail for this guy. People have lost their family members due to this guy. People have gotten fired for this guy. And this guy just turned around and said, fuck all of you. We're going to protect Jeffrey Epstein. We might even pardon Ghislaine. It's fucking insane. Why doesn't he just give Ghislaine a crown and call her Queen Ghislaine? And why doesn't he give Jeffrey, pardon him from the dead and then, put a little crown on his grave? Call him King Jeffrey Epstein, the king of handjobs. It's fucking insane the way Donald Trump is rubbing the feet of these people instead of protecting America's interests. And protecting America's interests would be serving the American people who turned out to vote for him, the American people who, again, are so dissatisfied with his current presidential term that his approval rating has dropped below 40%. And I don't really give a shit about approval rating stats, but it just proves the bigger point that we have a president who is doing everything besides what he actually promised to do. He is not working for the American people. He's not working for the conservative party. What he is doing is working for foreign nations. He's working for the intel agencies. Donald Trump is the deep state now. It's clear. Donald Trump is the deep state. In 2016, he said, we're going to dismantle the deep state. I don't need to take donor money. And then in 2024, he took over $100 million from Miriam Adelson, over $230 million from the Israel lobby alone. He took millions and millions of dollars from private donors. And now Donald Trump himself has become the deep state, the very thing he promised to destroy. We can only hope that Donald Trump has his Anakin Skywalker arc. And by that, I mean he promised to be the thing that would bring balance to all of it. And then he became the thing he sought to destroy. And then at the very end, they don't like to talk about this, but he was the prophecy, Anakin. Anakin, not to get into like Star Wars lore, but Anakin was the prophecy. Anakin restored balance to the Force by defeating the Sith. And we need Donald Trump to do that. Donald Trump, grow some fucking balls, sit in the Oval Office, do an emergency press conference for the world to hear, and let everybody know what they have on you. Even if it means you get impeached. Even if it means you have to resign. Let the world know what they have on you. Even if it means you don't. For all we know, you're not even that guilty. Maybe it's just some really embarrassing things. But no matter what it is, whether you're guilty or not guilty, have the fucking balls, the cojones, to sit in the Oval Office and tell the American people what they have on you and what's actually in those files. Because if you do that, you will restore balance to the Force. You will restore trust to the American people. I'm not the biggest Star Wars person. Like, I love the series. I'm not like, crazy into it like some people. It's their entire livelihoods. But I thought it was a good reference. I just thought of right there. I watched a Anakin edit the other day, and I was like, that seems like a good time for it. But yeah, become Anakin Skywalker. You've already, again, you had your upwards arc, and now you're going down. You're going down. This is the dark side of Darth Vader. Come on, bring back Anakin. Bring back Episode 6 Anakin, where you defeat the Sith, defeat Israel, defeat Mossad, defeat the CIA, defeat the deep state, say fuck you to Miriam Adelson, and restore balance back to the Force. Restore the power to the American people where it belongs. We need you, Donald Trump, to actually do something for the American people. I'm so fucking sick and tired of being made to look like a fool because of you. Donald Trump has failed us all in this, and I don't think it's likely that Donald Trump does anything like that. I think there is a very low chance that happens, but Donald Trump, if you did that, you would gain so much fucking support, and not only that, you would probably win the midterms for the Republicans. You would probably win the next election for the Republicans. I'm gonna take it. My throat has been fucking hurting all day. I'm going for a sip of water real quick. I don't know what's been going on. My throat's been fucking killing today, though. We're going to keep moving on. I want to show you guys this, and a lot of you guys have seen this as an old clip. But this is Pam Bondi saying the files were on her desk. I just want to show the contradictions from this fucking witch of a woman.
Something Donald Trump has talked about. The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive
Where is it,
by
bitch?
President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So something Donald Trump has talked about. The DOJ.
Oh, they're sitting on my desk right now, guys. They're sitting on my desk. I'll just never release them. And then when I get asked about them later, I'll say they never existed in the first place and I'll deny it. What a fucking bitch. Pam, sorry about that. Again, my throat. Pam Bondi is a raging liar. Pam Bondi is not reputable at all. Pam Bondi had crazy, deep connections with Pfizer. Very illegal, illicit stuff happening there. Pam Bondi was the attorney general in Florida at a point and failed to prosecute Epstein or even investigate further into the Epstein 07 charge when it came to Alex Acosta saying, yeah, he was intelligence and I was told not to ask any more information. Pam Bondi has deep Zionist ties as well. Pam Bondi cannot be trusted. And Pam Bondi being the person in charge of redacting the files, redacting anything she deems to be a national security threat, which I would imagine means anything involving Mossad, the CIA, or Donald Trump. They're going to bury Bill Clinton. They're going to bury Larry Summers. They're going to bury multiple Democrats, but they're going to leave Ehud Barak untouched. They are going to leave Mossad untouched. They're going to leave Ghislaine Maxwell's connection to Mossad untouched. They're going to leave a lot of these things untouched. When I say untouched, I mean they are going to remove, like, that's a bad phrasing actually. They're going to remove those things from the files, and they will redact them, but they will keep everything else, burying all the Democrats, all the people working against Donald Trump. And then after, they're going to be like, see, it had nothing to do with us all along. It was just a Democratic hoax this whole time, and it backfired on them. Donald Trump was playing 12D chess. No, Donald Trump's a fucking liar. That's what's happening. Pam Bondi, you're a bitch and a liar. The entire administration's a fucking joke. Kash Patel, a liar. Howard Lutnick, probably a liar. Stephen Miller, a Zionist liar. None of them can be fucking trusted. None of them have any credibility at this point. They lost all their credibility. The more times every fucking time they lied about the files, every time they lied about not just the Epstein files, the MLK files, the JFK files, the 9/11 files, which they said we'd see. We got Tucker's 5-part 9/11 documentary before we got the 9/11 files from this government, and they stopped mentioning it at all. They're not going to release any information. You want to know why? Because they're protecting themselves. They're protecting Israel. They're protecting Ehud Barak. They're protecting Mossad. They're protecting the CIA. The people who run this country, the national security interests that they're talking about redacting from the files. It's so fucking corrupt that we live in a country, we pay taxes to a country, we go into debt for a country that is not willing to fight for us, that doesn't give a shit about us, that doesn't care when we're getting replaced, doesn't care when we get attacked, doesn't care about the rampant crime issues, doesn't care about the mass migration of legal and illegal immigrants, and doesn't care about pedophiles raping young girls on an island in Palm Beach, Florida, and in New York City. That's who runs our government right now. That's who runs the country right now. It is the corporations, the pedophiles, the elites, the billionaires, the politicians, the intel agencies. They run the government. They run the entire fucking show. And Donald Trump, it is your fucking time. You have the ability to put this all behind us. You have the ability to have credibility moving forward. Here's the thing, Donald Trump. If you sat down in the Oval Office, like I said, and did what I was asking you to do, if you gave everything they had on you and told the truth about the Epstein files in a very transparent way to the American people, there would be countless Democrats calling for you to be removed. But you would have the support of the Republican Party, and not only the Republican Party, you would gain a lot of support from America First people. You would still need to make more concessions on putting America first over Israel, putting America first over H-1Bs, which, again, we have a video of Donald Trump doubling down on that statement today, saying it is MAGA to bring in more H-1Bs. We would need you to make some concessions there, but you would have a lot of support from a lot of people who you lost support from, including myself. I don't have any support left for Donald Trump. I mean, there's nothing in me that thinks Donald Trump is telling the truth anymore. I hear anything Donald Trump says, and I'm like, is it true? Is it not? What has he gotten away with before that we didn't even realize? Like, this one is painfully obvious that he's trying to bury something, but what wasn't painfully obvious? What else has he lied about? But if Donald Trump could, for once, tell the fucking truth and show some true transparency and level with the American people and talk to us like we're not just slaves and scum, but talk to us like we're the people who actually voted him in there, we would listen to him. We would hear him out. We would actually be behind him when they tried to impeach him. It's fucked up. It is really fucked up what's happening right now. I want to keep moving on. I want to show you guys this, and this is Thomas Massie saying that the CIA and Mossad are involved.
It's that simple.
Why do you think he is working so hard not to get them released for so many months? What do you think the real reason is?
These files implicate billionaires and friends of him of his and political donors that he's trying to protect. And Epstein also had close ties to our own intelligence agencies and Israel's intelligence agencies. That's why there's so much effort in trying to stop this. And I do believe they'll try to stop it somewhere else. And that's going to backfire on them too.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's literally just saying the quiet part out loud that Epstein was tied to the CIA and Mossad, which is something we all knew. He's most likely a Mossad plant within America to blackmail American politicians and sell that blackmail off to other people and countries. Jeffrey Epstein, one of the worst people to ever exist. So fucked up. And when he says, yeah, it seems like they'll probably try and do it in a different way. Thomas Massie said that if they do try and bury it again, if they try and leave any names out, he will list all the names named on the congressional floor that have not been named in the file. So that's something we can look forward to. We need to pray for Thomas Massie's safety, especially amid all the things happening with Thomas Massie and Donald Trump right now, where Trump is targeting Thomas Massie, trying to primary him. And same with Marjorie Taylor Greene as well. The only two people on the Republican side here who aren't taking money from AIPAC and who are pushing for the release of the Epstein information, true America First patriots that Donald Trump wants removed from office because Miriam Adelson is paying him to do so. It's so fucked up that our country is not run by Americans or people who want to put America first. It's run by people who have Israel's best interests in mind. I want to keep moving on. I want to show a video. This is from CNN. This is of Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank talking about it. And it's like, Kevin, are you on the fucking list? Like, what's up? Are you on the fucking list? How many of your friends, Kevin O'Leary, are on this fucking list that you're saying bullshit like this? We're going to watch this quick video.
I would love for them to release the files. I am not at all in Trump's base. However, I care deeply about it because I'm not going to buy this argument that like these young girls.
Anna Kasparian. Look at that beauty. It's my future wife right there. You think she's past her childbearing years? We're going to get into the video. I just had to. I mean, look at that.
Were raped by what? By what? Did they rape themselves? No, they got raped by people who are in powerful positions. And I want to know how many of those individuals are currently serving in our government in some role or the other.
American awake for 18 hours a day. How many minutes do you think they spend worrying about this stuff? Maybe they were raped, maybe they weren't. This is not what American families give a damn about.
Just to be clear,
they just don't.
We do know that there were victims, so that's not speculative.
We do know that there were victims. And the thing is, people can compartmentalize, right? And the reason why people care about this a lot, not just because of the very real Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking and the crimes that were committed, it is the fact that Donald Trump himself spent years, him and his allies, promised their base, we are going to deliver the Epstein client list that's going to take down all of your Democratic enemies.
Bring it.
Yeah, well, yes, bring it. Donald,
poop.
Please. Donald,
Nobody gives a poop.
You don't give a poop, okay?
The
Other
polling
people
indicates.
do, including people like me who want justice. And I want to know how many of those people are in our government.
I don't know about that.
Kevin Leary, you don't speak on behalf of the majority of Americans. You speak on behalf of your billionaire douchebag friends who are on that island raping these kids. Go fuck yourself.
About this.
To show something.
The polls.
A lot of Republicans do.
He's saying the average American doesn't care about the Epstein files. I'm an average American. I fucking care about the files. My viewers, most of them are average Americans. They give a shit about the files. The young people in America overwhelmingly care about the files. Gen Z is so fucking pissed off about the lack of transparency and the shilling for pedophiles, billionaires, elites, politicians, etc., who are guilty in these files. And he's like, no, your average American doesn't care. Fuck you. We care. Fuck you. Trying to speak for us? No, fuck you. Fuck you. You have no credibility left. Anybody protecting these pedophiles, anyone saying it doesn't matter, people don't care, it doesn't matter whether these come out or not, it doesn't matter if they're redacted, you are a shill. You are a spineless pussy. There's no better way to put it. I do want to show another video. We got a lot of videos to show today, short videos, but this is another one. This is of what I was talking about earlier with Larry Summers. Again, we can't defend this guy. This guy is probably a pedophile. This guy was probably involved in Jeffrey Epstein's blackmail operation. And we know Jeffrey Epstein's connections through MIT, Harvard, elite universities within the country that he bought offices at, made major donations to, even after he was convicted of sex trafficking in 2007. But Larry Summers, this is how he opened a class yesterday.
Some of you will have seen my statement of regret, expressing my shame with respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein, and that I've said that I'm going to step back from public activities but for a time, but I think it's very important to fulfill my teaching obligations. And so, with your permission, we're going to go forward and talk about the material in class. Some of you will have seen my statement.
It's still important that I fulfill my teaching obligations, even though I'll be a convicted pedophile within 30 days. Like, what the fuck? No, it's important that you step the fuck down, resign in disgrace, and never show yourself in public again. Better yet, that you find yourself in the back of a fucking cell for the rest of your life with a guy named Bubba in there. Actually, Bubba's not a great... Trump blew Bubba. Allegedly Trump blew Bubba, according to Epstein. But you find yourself in the back of a cell with a big 300-pound black guy who's gonna be every fucking day, right on your fucking backside, giving you what you gave those girls every fucking day. That's what you deserve if you're a convicted rapist. Fuck you. Fuck you, Larry Summers, saying, oh, we're still going to continue class normal as usual. No one asked questions. No time for questions. We're going right into the course material with your permission, but I don't actually need it. I'm just going to go for it. Fuck you. Fuck all these people. Like, fuck this. Again, if the national security interests of America are at risk if we release the files, let them be, like, let it burn down at that point. Let the government suffer. Because fuck that. Like, fuck that. We cannot have blackmail running our politics. We can't have blackmail running our country. The citizens run this country. And the citizens, again, I urge everyone to be peaceful, nonviolent, denounce all violence, but the citizens will use their voices. They will use their power to overthrow a corrupt government. They will use their power to speak out about dissatisfaction within the government and the contempt we hold for the governments that are treating us like shit. The governments that are treating us like we are no different than a piece of shit they stepped on the fucking side of the road. That's how they're treating us, like we're nothing. They are nothing. They're pedophiles. And if they're not pedophiles, they're protecting them, which is basically no fucking better. Fuck this. Fuck the entire thing. I'm so sick and tired of my country being run by pedophiles, BlackRock, Apex, the intelligence agencies, corrupt individuals. I'm so fucking sick and tired of not having actual sovereignty, of not having actual power in the country that our ancestors built and they destroyed. We're going to keep going on with our show. I do want to move on from the Epstein stuff a bit. I want to move over to some stuff Donald Trump said recently. This is referring to the H-1B stuff that Donald Trump was saying. Donald Trump said that we need to bring in hundreds of thousands of Chinese spies into this country, Chinese immigrants into this country, and that it is America first for it to happen, and that Lauren Ingraham was stupid for even asking the fucking question. And this is Trump doubling down on the statement.
To get those plants opened, we want you to do that, and we want those people to teach our people how to make computer chips and how to make other things. You can't come in, and I'm explaining, you can't come in, open up a massive computer chip factory for billions and billions of dollars like is being done in Arizona, and think you're going to hire people off an unemployment line to run it. They're going to have to bring thousands of people with them, and I'm going to welcome those people. Now, I love my conservative friends. I love MAGA, but this is MAGA. And those people are going to teach our people how to make computer chips, and in a short period of time, our people are going to be doing great, and those people can go home where they probably always want to be. You know, when people are born someplace, they tend to want to go, and we have the greatest country in the world, but they want to go.
It's all fucking lies. Again, if you think those people who he's bringing into this nation are going to want to leave and go back to their third world shit nations, their communist nations, get fucked. Again, we're about to get fucked. Right now, Donald Trump wants to bring in hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants. Kristi Noem even said, we've never brought in more immigrants than Donald Trump is bringing in. Like, it's a fucking good thing. fuck you. We're being replaced in our own society. We're being replaced in the workplace. We're being replaced in schools. We're being replaced all around. Job wages are lower because of this, because we have so many fucking people. Housing inventory is lower because we have so many fucking people. And not only that, the people who built this nation, white people, white Christians specifically, are going to be the minority in this nation within the next 15 years. And do you think America will still be America when that happens? Do you think when the people who built this nation and the people who have tried to preserve the laws of this nation, when they are the minority, do you think the laws will still uphold? Do you think we'll have free speech forever? Do you think we'll have our Second Amendment rights forever? Or do you think they'll try and take those away? Do you think they'll try and make our country more like their shit third world nations? Because that's what America is becoming. It's becoming shit third world nations. When you import the entire third world, when you have people coming from all these third world shit countries around the world, all America does is get worse. It doesn't get better. The voting patterns show themselves. Not only that, the crime problems are only getting worse. And we have people in the country who are not serving America's best interests. We have people in the country who are serving the interests of their former nations. And that is a huge fucking problem that we need to stop. We cannot have this continue. I want to pull up this other thing that I had for you guys because I thought this was very interesting. I had this video right here that I wanted to show you guys from Roseanne Barr. If you guys don't know who Roseanne Barr is, she used to have a TV show. She has some pretty embarrassing public stunts that we'll show today. But this video right here is from a podcast, her podcast with her son. And this is where they let the mask off for a second. And this is a tweet from Nicholas J. Fuentes. This is a sentiment that I have heard repeatedly from various pro-Israel American Jews in the past few years. They only support America insofar as we unconditionally support Israel. If that support is withdrawn, they actually cheer for our destruction. Yep, very true. Ben Shapiro literally says the only reason he supports America is because we support Israel. And when we stop supporting Israel, they literally root for America to be destroyed. And that's not the only thing I noticed about this video. There's one other thing I noticed that I want you guys to pay attention to. And it's the second thing the son says. Not the first time he comes on and speaks. The second time when Roseanne cuts him off. Notice what he says, and we'll pause it right after and break it down. But pay attention to that.
I don't know that if America's turning on Israel, then America deserves what's going to happen to them for it.
It'll be worse for America than Israel.
It will, because Israel will just move on to India and other countries, and America will fall.
Not just that, the sleeper cells.
America will fall.
You guys hear that?
Fall.
Not just that, the sleeper cells.
The sleeper cells, and then she cuts him off. Israel has sleeper cells around our country ready to deploy when America stops working in Israel's favor. And it's not just sleeper cells. We all know Apple, Google, Meta, all of the biggest technology companies, Microsoft as well, all the biggest technology companies in America have hired people from Israel's Unit 8200, the same unit that put the bombs in the pagers. You don't think there's bombs in some of our devices right now? Maybe it's in my camera, maybe it's in my microphone, maybe it's in this lamp over here or my monitor. Whatever the fuck, my phone, my AirPods, my Apple Watch. There could be bombs in any of our devices that we don't know about, planted by Israel, planted by the Israeli spies who are in our nation. And we know they're in our nation. Even Ted Cruz admitted to this, and he's a guy who takes money from AIPAC. A guy who takes money from AIPAC being pressed by Tucker Carlson admitted that, yes, there most likely is Israeli spies residing in America, spying on Americans, and working against America's interest. And they let the mask slip there for a second. And that's not the only, again, they're rooting for our demise if we stop supporting Israel. But beyond that, they even admitted that there are sleeper cells who are ready to activate. That is a problem. If Donald Trump doesn't take this message and be like, what the fuck? Fuck you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Fuck protecting you. We're going to release the Epstein information. We're not going to help you push a regime change war in Iran. We're going to actually sanction the shit out of you. Possibly. Like, why the fuck aren't we going to war with Israel? They've attacked us multiple times. They're involved in 9/11. They were involved in Jeffrey Epstein. It's possible they were even involved in Charlie Kirk. I don't know that one for sure. Again, Candace is still doing her investigation there. But if that was to be proven that Israel killed Charlie Kirk, Israel was in 9/11, which we know that there is overwhelming evidence to show that they attacked the USS Liberty, which we know happened, that they killed JFK, which again, overwhelming evidence to show that happened. If there's all this evidence, why aren't we still favoring this country and not treating them like our enemy? Because that's what they are. Israel is not our ally. They are basically our enemy. Israel is working against America's interests, and they are not here to help Americans or help America. And this Judeo-Christian bullshit, when they weaponize the Genesis verse against you, is just a fucking lie. And again, it's a complete oxymoron. We're going to finish the video here so you guys can see this seething cunt talk about how America should fail if we stop supporting Israel.
Will fall, and that's what they want. I mean, that is what they want, is that the constitutional republic of the United States for America will fall. But I think Trump sees that America has to be independent of the British Empire too. Mm-hmm. And I think that's Israel's independence too, that we're all separated from that. Yeah. And that's the octopus. And we're all separated from that. I don't know that if America's turning on Israel, then America deserves...
This fucking bitch. I don't know if America deserves to survive. Fuck you. Don't call yourself an American anymore. Fucking leave my country. This is the same woman who did this. And again, she's got a whole new look now. This was in 1990. But the same woman saying that, like, is it a real surprise that that woman is this woman right here? Disrespectful cunt. And then she spits on the ground like a cunt. Fat, ugly fucking bitch. Literally disrespects the national anthem, gets booed out of the stadium, spits on the ground, is a fat, ugly cunt, and says she wants America to not succeed if we don't support Israel. And that's the mindset of a lot of these Zionists. If America stopped supporting Israel, they would stop supporting America because they are single-issue voters, similar to women who just want to kill their fucking kids through abortion. These Zionists, people like this, dumb fat bitches like Roseanne Barr, literally do not want America to succeed as long as America's not supporting Israel. And they'd be like, it won't succeed. It has no chance. Like, bitch, what are you talking about? Fuck you. You're retarded. America would thrive if we could actually restore value back to our dollar, stop sending money to foreign nations, and stop getting in foreign wars. But you want to tell us that if we don't go to war with Iran, if we didn't go to war in Iraq, pointless fucking war, that America would be worse. Like, fuck you. You're so fucking dumb. You're so fucking fat and ugly. This Roseanne Barr really pisses me off. Seeing this video of her spitting at the ground after singing a disgraceful version of the national anthem and being booed out of the stadium. It's so fucked up. It's actually insane. I do want to keep moving on with the show. We only have a few more things left to show you in the show and talk about before we move on to our comment section at the end of the show today. I do want to pull this up. This is a video from Ben Shapiro on his show talking about Nick Fuentes' super PAC that is coming back into action. Nick Fuentes had the America First Foundation, which is a PAC to donate money to pro-America candidates and to run pro-America commercials and run pro-America billboards and advertisements and create content. This is something that would be great for America. And to any of my listeners who are a little bit more wealthy, have some money to fuck around with here and there, please donate to Nick Fuentes here. Again, AmericaFirstFoundation.org, coming back in 2026, being revived. And this is Ben Shapiro seething about it. On the 23rd day of the Tucker cost?
Meanwhile, Nick Fuentes, who of course was glazed by Tucker Carlson rather famously.
He kept saying glossed in the past, and now he's saying glazed because he's trying to... Ben Shapiro's realizing that the youth fucking hates him and he wants to win back the youth, so he's like, glazed. Dude, fuck off. Glazed? Dude, the only thing glazed is your face from Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu is fucking glazing your face every time you guys have a little sleepover.
So Nick Fuentes has now announced that he is going to be launching an actual PAC, the America First Foundation.
Let's go.
And apparently it is going to be supported by a variety of supposedly quote unquote America First figures. I say America First figures because, again,
Let's
that
go.
phrase is semantically overloaded.
Shut up,
Every
bitch.
American should believe
Pussy.
that America comes first when it comes to our policy. Because,
Besides you.
duh. But what they mean by America First is not that. What they mean by America First is essentially a totally isolationist foreign policy.
Yeah, because not America first to
overthrow of
support
the idea
Israel.
of creedal Americanism, the idea that the Declaration of Independence actually defines what it means to be an American or the Constitution. And instead, it ought to be whatever Fuentes' peculiar definition of heritage represents. Apparently, according to the Free Press, the America First Foundation's latest tax filing lists Fuentes as its president, along with 2 board members. One is Jonathan Miller, a former White House correspondent for Blaze TV, who posted the day after last July's assassination attempt on President Trump. I'm not uniting with anyone except Christ and my brothers. I know stand with Trump, F the left, F the GOP, F the Secret Service, F the Jews, F democracy. God is with us. And also a white
Racist
nationalist
king.
named Vincent James Fox, who has said he is part of the Christian Taliban. Now, why do I point this out? Because the left is cheering the stupidity of Republicans for doing this stuff. They are loving every moment of this, every single moment of this. Now, Fuentes wishes to bill, by the way, cleans out the actual principles of conservatism. Like, cleans it out. Legitimately, the only thing that you can say that Fuentes is conservative on in any sort of traditional sense is that he is anti-mass migration. That's pretty much it. On economics, he is not. And on social policy, by the way, he really is not. But to side with this, or to glaze it, or to side with those who glaze it, because, oh no, you might alienate the nuttier and idiotic parts of your coalition. Like, that's your politics? Really?
He's trying to shit on Nick by being like he's not a GOP shill. Like, this is terrible. This guy's not a GOP shill. He's not just going along with everything that the Republicans want to do. This is not what we need. It's like, dude, you are a slave to the Republican Party. You are a shill for a foreign nation and to the Republican Party. Nick is actually trying to put Americans first and America first in every way. That's what we're trying to do here too. We need Americans to be put over everything. America first is inevitable. America first or nothing. We would literally rather let the entire fucking thing burn down than have Americans not be put first. Because this is our fucking country, and it is time we take this shit back. It is time we take America back and make it ours again. Put it in the hands of the citizens. Give the power to the people. Give the power to representatives who don't represent foreign nations, who don't represent their donors, who represent the American people. That's what we need. But Ben Shapiro's like, no, that's not American. That's actually really bad. Dude, fuck you. Fuck you, Ben Shapiro. This guy, like, does anyone think his little fucking hat is getting bigger every time? Like, eventually it's just going to take over his full head. As his hairline keeps receding, eventually you're going to see it go onto his forehead. Like, aren't they supposed to be little tiny things in the back of their head? Like, what the fuck is this massive, like, it looks like he took, like, a double D breast cup out of a woman's bra and put it on his head. It's so fucking big. It's crazy how big his, what do they even call it? Yarmulkes? Kippas? Or I don't even fucking know. But you guys get what I'm saying. It's fucking, this guy's a joke. Ben Shapiro is nothing. He is a relic of the past. Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, Laura Loomer, Seth Dillon, they are people of the past. And I want to talk a little bit about something else that I was thinking about earlier. And I was thinking of talking about this another day, but we could just, it comes into play now. I want to talk about the Charlie Kirk effect a bit. Charlie Kirk was somebody who stood with Israel through everything. He even wrote this 10-page love letter to Bibi Netanyahu talking about how Israel should rape American politics with misinformation. And then Charlie Kirk, just a few days before he died, said, Jewish donors play exactly into the stereotypes and are forcing me to leave the pro-Israel movement. And not only that, he went on Patrick Bet-David, talked about the ethnic cleansing and the stand-down order. He was going back and forth with Ben Shapiro about the practices of how Israel was trying to prosecute the war. He even talked about it with Megyn Kelly as well. He was in private conversations over text message with Candace Owens that were now released. And now we're seeing, like, one thing I was thinking about is, like, if Charlie Kirk was alive, Charlie Kirk would probably become a groyper eventually. Maybe he wouldn't call himself a groyper, but he would adopt all the same talking points as Nick. He already adopted the points about, religion when it came to marriage, when it came to gay and straight marriage. He talked about the points when it came to, like, immigration bans. He used to say, we're going to staple we're going to stable green cards to every diplomat to we're going to need a at least 10-year minimum immigration ban. Shifting over to Nick's talking points in every way. And the last one was the Israel topic. And it seemed like he was shifting towards the very end of his life over to where Nick was aligned on that Israel topic, that we should not be involved with them in any way, that they are not working in America's interests, and that there is this huge coalition of people within our country who are working against America. And if they didn't kill Charlie, Charlie would probably be on our side. But now that Charlie's dead, they can now take everything that he said in the past. They can ignore everything where he was switching, and they can make it seem like we're disrespecting Charlie, like we're going against Charlie Kirk's wishes. It's very sad the way they are desecrating the memories of Charlie Kirk, that they are trying to take away who Charlie Kirk actually was and use him as a pawn in their political game even after he's passed, even after they allegedly assassinated him. Because it seems like it wasn't just a lone shooter. It seemed like there was multiple other operatives involved. It seems like there was intelligence agencies involved, and even the FBI is covering for it, although that's nothing new because our FBI has always been corrupt. But it seems like there's a lot more to the story than we're ever going to get, and that's why we have people like Candace looking into this for us. And there's a few other people also doing investigations as well. But it's very insane that, and again, I know he didn't mention Charlie Kirk specifically in that one himself, but I've heard it from Seth Dillon, we've heard it from Laura Loomer, we've heard Ben Shapiro talk about it, we've heard all these people talk about it, and they like to frame it in a way like Charlie Kirk was not leaving the pro-Israel movement when he was. Charlie Kirk was inevitably leaving the pro-Israel movement. He even wrote it in a group text that was leaked, and that was confirmed by people at Turning Point USA. So right now, they want to tell us that we are disrespecting Charlie by not putting Israel first, that we are disrespecting Charlie by trying to dismantle this Judeo-Christian bullshit they tried to force on us, that we are disrespecting Charlie by being groypers. But no, they are disrespecting Charlie by lying about what he believed in. Charlie was a hero in America. Charlie brought millions of people back to the church. Charlie brought millions of people back to politics. He made people proud to stand for what they believe in, not ashamed. Because people were ashamed before. They were scared to wear their MAGA hats. They were scared to talk about being conservatives. They were scared to talk about any of those things, about being anti-immigration or anti-abortion. And Charlie Kirk changed that for millions of young people. And they want to take the memories of him and skew it to fit their pro-Israel narrative. And yes, you can make strong arguments to show that Charlie Kirk was very pro-Israel. I mean, that's indisputable. But at the same time, they ignore the arguments and the overwhelming evidence to show that Charlie Kirk was pro-Israel, but was turning to be more America first in every way. And not only that, Charlie Kirk was the person in Donald Trump's ear, in the politician's ear throughout the government. He was the voice he was the middleman for the people to the president. And with Charlie Kirk gone, we have watched this country fucking start to crumble. It was already crumbling in a lot of ways, but now it is really fucking going downhill, and it's going downhill fast. It's so fucked up what they did to Charlie Kirk. It's so fucked up that they took his life, took him away from his wife and kids. It is so fucked up that they are using his name to push their bullshit agenda. At least we have the fucking balls to tell the truth. Fuck you guys. Fuck you, Seth Dillon. Fuck you, Laura Loomer. Fuck you, Josh Hammer. Fuck you, Ben Shapiro. All of you are scum. It's absolute utter bullshit. I do want to go on to our last two things that I want to show you guys before we go into our comments, and they have to do with Zoran Mamdani. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. That part got a little heated, but what are you going to do? This is a message from Polymarket where it says, breaking, Zoran Mamdani to require all New York elementary school students to learn Arabic numerals. Bitch, this is America. This isn't your shit third world Uganda. This is America. If you want to go have kids learning your heebie-jeebie bullshit, go the fuck home. Get the fuck out of my country. You're not a real fucking American. You should not be running the city of New York. I understand why you won, because you're a better speaker than Cuomo and Silva and the other fucking retards running against you, and they refuse to put up any candidate who's not a pro-Israel cunt, and you were the only person to stand against Israel or your trip to Israel or whatever the fuck. But fuck you. Go the fuck home. I do not want you in my country. And millions of Americans agree with me. And one thing I want to point out is I could say this about him, but if I was to say this about, like, any of the Israel Zionist shills or any of the Israelis who are in America residing in our government, you know, dual citizens, etc. You're an anti-Semite. No one's going to call me an Islamophobe, but that's just the state of the country we live in, right? But fuck you, Zoran. Go the fuck home. Stop trying to turn America into your shit third world countries. Kids need to learn fucking English. There's a lack of people in America who know English, not a lack of people who know fucking Arabic. Go fuck yourself. This is America. English is the language of America. I don't want anybody else learning any fucking language in America. Like, maybe you have a Spanish class in high school. Whatever. Who gives a shit? But we need people to know English. We don't need elementary school kids to be learning Arabic. Fuck you. This is America, and we will stand for nothing less than true America First policies. We will not allow you to rape, rob, and loot our cities, to pollute our cities with your bullshit from your third world nation. Fuck you. We do not want you here, Zoran Mamdani. We do not want you here. Literally, your same religion is the same religion that allegedly committed 9/11. And now you hold the keys to the city that happened to? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my country, you fucking terrorist. And then we have one more thing from Zoran Mamdani. This is a video of him shilling for more money because he knows he promised an insane amount of free shit to people who don't fucking deserve it. Because people really don't deserve free shit like this. Again, you can make some concessions in some places, but not when our country's $38 trillion in debt. We're not succeeding in any way. And then this guy's like, yeah, guys, give me more money so I can give it to all the fucking poor people. Here's the video that he released yesterday.
It's been 2 weeks since we won the election. We've been pretty busy.
Rejects the Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani.
Too often, this is a time of just celebration as opposed to preparation. We want to make it both. A lot of these things are new, but one of them is pretty old. Fundraising. Well, why are we fundraising? Well, we have less than 50 days until we take office, and we have a lot to do. We have to vet the 50,000 resumes we've received. Thank you. We have to keep paying our incredible team. Thank you.
Fuck is this?
And we have to plan not just our inauguration, but our policy implementation. Now, unlike the campaign, transitions do not get public matching funds from the city. So that 8-to-1 match, gone. It's up to us to raise the money. Usually campaigns take that as an opportunity to rely on wealthy donors, but that's not us. You've already been incredible. We've raised more than $1 million
It's the
in just 2
gayest
weeks.
thing I've ever seen.
Our average donation is around $77, and more than 12,000 of you have donated so far, which is much lower than the last administration's transition. But we're still asking for your help because we need to raise $4 million in total, so January 1st can be the day we start to deliver, not start to prepare. I hope very soon not to have to ask you for money, but until then, I'm asking for you to go to transition2025.com and give whatever you can to help build a New York that everyone can afford. This is your city, and I can't wait to get to work. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
He says this is your city, but it's being taken over by Muslims. We're going to have the Muslim call to prayer. We're going to have Arabic taught in every school. We're going to make it a third world nation. Fuck you, Zoran. Fuck you. Nobody donate to this fucking... If you donate to this guy, just never fucking watch my show again. Honestly, self-deport, because you're fucking worthless at that point. Fuck that. Fuck Zoran. Zoran is a shill. Zoran's a pussy. Zoran literally is a Ugandan immigrant. He's not a real American. That's going to be the entire show for the day. I hear my throat, or I feel my throat starting to fucking go. I don't want to keep pushing it. I still got to do a show tomorrow and Friday. We're going to get to our comments for the day. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far. Let me get our comments pulled up here. We got a good amount of comments. I also want to remind everyone to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. We're going to read the comments at the end of every show. Rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. Let me know what you guys think in the Telegram channel as well. Feel free to join our Telegram channel to stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. Let's see. This will be our first comment here.
Regarding Candace and Nick eventually marrying, I have called Candace and Nick the Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn of our day.
Yeah, one day they will get married. It's a love-hate relationship between the two, you know? Candace is constantly begging for it. Nick is like, come on. Give me space. As long as Nick doesn't touch Anna Kasparian, we're cool, you know? We love Nick. But Anna's mine. Anna's mine. You get Candace, I get Anna. Fair compromise. Very fair compromise, I'm pretty sure, you know? We're going to keep going on. We got a few more comments on here that I want to show you guys. Here we go.
What do people mean by Native Americans? I'm white and had family here for hundreds of years, but what do we mean by calling ourselves Native Americans?
We mean that we're native to the land of America. If you were born here, if your ancestors were born here, you are a Native American. Don't let them tell you you're not. I don't know if, like, hopefully that answers your question.
Is Myron interviewing Candace? Who's interviewing who?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. I really thought it would be more of a debate or Candace interviewing him. It seemed the other way around. Here's another one from you.
Lance Twiggs is suspect and should be investigated.
Yeah, I mean, Lance Twiggs, let me look this up. Is Lance Twiggs still missing? Yeah, I think there's no information saying that they found. Here's the thing, is Lance Twiggs even real? Is there any verifiable proof to show that Lance Twiggs was a real person, not made up by the FBI? Because the text messages were fake as shit. You know, I'll be there at 0900. I just committed a murder. Like, that's what they fought. Like, the text messages were like, this kid practically got away with everything, but then, you know, decided to incriminate himself entirely in the text messages. Like, hi, my name is Tyler Robbins. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, that whole thing was insane. But yeah, I mean, if Lance Twiggs is a real person, definitely should be investigated. But I'm not even convinced it's a real person until we fucking, show me the person.
Nick started a nonprofit. Hopefully it kicks off.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's had success in the past. It's not a, very new thing. He's had it before. But, yeah, hopefully it does kick off here. All right, we got some more comments. What the fuck's going on with my screen right here? Let me reload it. It's loading in such a weird way.
The exact same thing happened with my X feed. I started getting flooded with pro-Jew propaganda. I started blocking all the Zionist bullshit, and within a day, my feed went back to normal.
Yeah, I gotta do that. My feed's terrible right now. They're manipulating the algorithms. I mean, we saw that Israel is literally paying to manipulate AI and Google search algorithms too. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate your perspective on that, because I'm dealing with the same thing.
Yeet the Jeep from the FBI.
Yeah, he needs to fucking go. He's terrible. It's terrible, especially with the stuff happening with his very alleged honeypot girlfriend.
Hey James, I was raised Christian and left the faith in my youth. Now, in my late 20s, I have come back to Jesus, and I'm Catholic curious. Could you give me some arguments for why you are Catholic?
Yeah, because Jesus gave the keys to Peter to build or to be the first pope, and then the pope after that every pope after that's been the successor. I mean, the Catholic Church is Christ. I mean, the Catholic Church is the religion. It's not the other parts of it. And again, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone else, but to go off the truth and what Catholics believe, that is what we believe. The Catholic Church is the answer. Over the Bible, over everything else, it is the Catholic Church. That makes me very happy that you're back in the church, though. That's awesome. And that's a very similar story to a lot of people, where you leave in your youth and you come back in your 20s. Very common. Very awesome that you're back. Jesus has been waiting for you, and he's very happy that you're back to him.
I got a strong stomach, and Ted Cruz makes me sick. What the FCK is this clown doing in our government? We need to get him out.
Yeah, Ted Cruz is a fat, ugly shit who shills for a foreign nation. Completely agree.
I was the 22-year-old old husband dad comment you read yesterday. I found your show from you platforming Nick.
Based.
I absolutely loved his views and passion for America, and you truly reflect the same overall persona. I've been listening for weeks at work and love the show. Keep it coming. America first. America only flag of the United States.
Let's go. Yeah, there are some similarities for sure. I mean, we're both Italian guys. We both move our hands a lot because we're Italian. He's way smarter though. I mean, I would be an absolute fool to say that I had the geopolitical knowledge that he has, or even the IQ that he has. Like, I'm a higher IQ person. I've had that tested. I'm a higher IQ person, but you could tell by his orator skills, he's smarter than anybody else in our government, in the media. He's by far the smartest and the greatest person to be leading the America First movement. And I'm very proud and very happy to be a part of that movement. Unofficially, like, I don't work for him or with him. I work for the people. I do my show, and I try and spread the word of Nick Fuentes, spread the word of America First to the people. That's what's important, that we have people spreading the word and that the word gets around. That makes me really happy to hear that you're a fan of the show, that you listen to it all the time. Thank you. I'm sure you've rated the show 5 stars by now, but if you haven't, give us 5 stars on Spotify. Huge help if you do. Thank you. That really makes me happy. And again, I prayed for your family after I saw that comment, prayed for you and your family. I'm going to continue to do the same. And I want all my viewers to continue praying for all the groypers, praying for all the people in America who are suffering, the disaffected young people in this country.
I can't say Rabbi Shmuley without anti-Semitic overtones, face rolling on the floor, laughing, face rolling on the floor, laughing, face rolling on the floor, laughing.
Dude, Rabbi Shmuley is a cunt. He's terrible. Let's see. Why is this being weird? Let's see if I could fix this like this. What is going on? It's like the formatting is so weird right now. There we go. It's formatting these comments in such an odd way.
This podcast has been infiltrated by evil Zionists, and the problem is that you entertain them by reading their comments. Maybe it doesn't work on you, but it might just work on your audience. They are playing you, James. Subversion is their middle name. Christian is one of them. Dave is one of them. Fiddle is one of them. Thankful to have listened to you, sir, and engage in comments, but it has made realize that Canada will needs to be the 110th country to expel the synagogue of Satan.
We expelled Dave from the comments, don't worry. America Unfiltered was the 110th. But no, I see what you're saying, and I kind of agree. Again, I do think it was them trying to, like, turn people the other way. And that's why one of the reasons I would read the comments is I like to engage in debate. I'm not afraid of debating literally anybody. I'm not saying I would win every single debate I'm a part of, but I'm not afraid to debate anybody. I feel knowledgeable on most subjects to be able to debate. And I think I really made my point when it came to the Metzazib pay or whatever the fuck it's called. Their fucking terrible thing that they were defending. But I get what you're saying, yeah. I mean, like, a lot of here's one of the things. Like, there are a lot of comments that I haven't read, specifically from David, because they were just, chilling for the wrong things and so terrible. But I get exactly what you're saying, and I do agree in some ways. We're going to keep going. I appreciate you commenting. Appreciate you being a fan of the show. You've been here for a while.
Watching from Scotland, terrifying to see the exact same things happening to every Western country. At least you can talk on it. I go to jail if I mention anything remotely controversial.
Terrible. You go to jail if you mention something controversial. That's fucking insane. You guys need your independence again. We need Braveheart to kick up again in Scotland. That's so fucked up. I'm glad we have viewers all around the world. I'm glad the show's entertaining. Yeah, that's terrible. If you're white and Christian, move to America. I'll accept you graciously if you're white and Christian. If you're not, though, we don't need any more other immigrants. I'll still feel bad for you, but we don't need more immigrants besides the high IQ, skinny, white Christian ones.
Hi, James. The first listen to you regularly and appreciate your commentary and agree with a lot of your opinions. I love and worry about my country too. London-born Italian mom and grandma, and agree a lot of boomers are wonkers. Flag of the United Kingdom.
Do you live in America now, or do you still live over there? But I'm very glad you listen regularly. Let's see, wait. Did you say you're a mom and a grandma? We got a grandma listener. Let's go, sweetheart. Thank you. We love our grandma listeners. We love our nanas. We love our grandma listeners. That's fucking awesome. Base grandmas are the best. Base moms, base grandmas, top tier. We love it. So glad to hear. London's going to shit. I mean, you know, that entire region right over there is going to shit right now. Oh, my fucking throat today. Sorry about this, guys. My throat and that Diet Coke's not making it any better. But yeah, that's awesome. A lot of boomers are retards. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But we love our base grandmas. I'm curious though, are you American or do you still live over there? We're gonna go on to our next comment. This one's from Fidel, the guy Rogue was talking about.
Listen, I can handle you, but Candace, I can't. When she lies, she says it like an evil monster filled with hate for so many people. Ben Shapiro, the whole Israel, the rest of the Jews all over the world and more. Her problem is she believes everything she says, even when it sounds so stupid.
The only thing I'll give you on that is Candace kind of is dumb sometimes, but if I'm being honest, you don't put America first, Fidel, so you're kind of the idiot in that equation there. And we definitely shouldn't be allies with the majority of countries we are. You just refuse to put America first. Refuse to denounce it. Like, I literally showed a video on the show, or a blurred out video on the show, of a IDF soldier raping a Palestinian prisoner, and you were like, no, that's just a pat down, as the soldier's fucking thrusting into his ass. So, I really question your morals, Fidel. And yeah, you're a step away from going off the deep end. I mean, you are not fucking, you're not on the, you're on the shit list. Let's put it that way. You are on the shit list for sure. This is Dave's departure from the show. Dave, we're glad to see you go. We're very glad to see Dave go, the local Mossad agent.
You call me Mossad like it's some big reveal, but let's be real. Mossad investigates threats, not podcasts buried in the basement of the charts. I looked at your numbers and realized even intelligence agencies wouldn't waste their time tuning in. Your show isn't dangerous. It isn't groundbreaking. It's just noise. If anything, the only thing you've successfully exposed is how irrelevant your content really is. Goodbye. The Mossad called me back. We have to get Nick on our APAC payroll.
Yeah, good luck with that. But shitting on my show ratings, again, like, I don't really give that much of a shit, but there was a week where and I can see when ratings come in, I get like an email saying, you got a new Spotify rating, etc. There was one day, specific, a month and a half, 2 months ago or so, where I had 18 ratings in the span of like 20 minutes or so, like one after the other, after like all right in a row, and they were all 0 ratings. It doesn't show me the names specifically, but they were all Zionists or leftists. It's obviously a coordinated attack, and again, if the rating on the show is a 0, I wouldn't give a shit. And to be honest, it doesn't really impact the Spotify algorithm that much. It just impacts if like some viewers want to watch, if they're tuning in for the first time. But again, once people tune in, they seem to love the show, so I'm not that worried about it. I don't really give a shit. And here's a response to your comment, Dave. We're very glad to see you go. Dave is the guy who is defending pedophilia. Dave's a disgusting Mossad cunt.
Dave, you thought you did something there. Let's be honest, you had to go because your mom was calling you up from the basement. You giant pussy keyboard warrior. James at least has the balls to speak on these topics. Now be a good boy and tell mommy her meatloaf is delicious.
Go be a good boy. Go be a good boy. Fuck you, Dave. You're a pussy. Like, this one's so stupid. This guy was being... I had to lay down the law with this guy a little bit.
Did you see what the crazy guy said in the last video? He threatened Dave.
Dude, he made a fucking joke. When Dave was defending pedophilia, he was like, hey, come behind my shed. I have something to show you in the comments. It was a fucking joke. Relax. And then he goes, true, but that shit is crazy. He accused me of serving Satan for having nuance. And then this is the guy who made the joke responding.
You sound a lot like a perpetual victim. Are you sure you are not Jewish with that fake-ass name?
I'm not gonna lie, Christian, you do sound like a perpetual victim. He's got a good point.
You're pissing me off, Puerto Rican and Christian. You sound fucking brainwashed. It's not about being a victim. You can't be threatening people and expect them to okay with it.
Oh my gosh. It was a fucking joke. And to be honest, it was a joke in regards to like a pedophilic thing. Like, I say pedophiles should get the death sentence. And I don't say that jokingly. Pedophiles should suffer the worst consequences and should be subject to public executions. And I do think that they should make that illegal, deem it as pedophilia, and anyone still engaging in that practice should be dealt with in that manner by the government. So, yeah, I defend his joke, and I think, Christian, you're kind of a pussy for that. And in this comment thread here is where I really go at him for it. This is from Dave, though. Before he did that other one.
I thought I was doing you a favor by listening.
No.
But Mossad called me back to base after realizing your so-called Unfiltered podcast has ratings buried so deep even intelligence agencies wouldn't waste surveillance time on it.
Yeah.
Dave, the
Dave
only
thought he
thing
cooked.
buried deep is your uncle and you during a game of tummy sticks.
Yo. That's crazy. Yeah. Dave seems like a victim. And then this Christian guy, dude, be nice, both of you. What are you, my fucking grandma? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. And then I go, Christian, relax. It was a joke before you get banned. And then, Christian, I've told you, change your fucking name. Stop commenting on my show. Like, anyone commenting on my show with your real name, bad idea. Bad idea. You shouldn't be doing that. It's just bad OPSEC, bad operational security. You should be using a alias or a fake name. It's just Common Sense 101. But I said to him, I am serious because he was like, I can't figure out how to report this person. Dave, you should report this person because I can't do it for you. That's Christian saying that. And then I said, dude, if you start reporting people in my comments, I'm just going to ban you from the show. Like, fuck that. If people are making jokes and you get offended by them, fuck you. Just shut the fuck up. I'll stop taking you seriously, and I'll just ban you from the show. I don't need you to fucking watch the show. There are thousands of people who watch the show. And then he goes, I'm not going to report anyone. Okay, good goy. Good goy. Good goy. Good Shabbos goy.
I saw this thing opinion that Nick Fuentes might convert to Judaism. If that is true, what would you do?
Shut the fuck up. Again, you acting like I would leave my Catholic faith because someone else did is retarded enough, but you saying that Nick might convert to Judaism, that's just bait. Again, like, shut the fuck up. He's a cradle Catholic like myself. Go fuck yourself.
So many communists spewing Jewish propaganda in your comments. Time to bring the hammer down and stop letting them ruin your show.
Yeah. We are going to, if Dave keeps commenting, he's going to get the axe because Dave's a pussy. And, like, Dave, if he keeps commenting, it'll be funny because it's like, I always talk about it, it's like there are things you could do that are gayer than gay sex, and one of them is like leaving a group chat out of like anger and like trying to get attention. And Dave with his like, I'm leaving, fuck you, he's doing that for attention. He's a victim. He's a perpetual victim. If Dave comes crawling back on his knees like the fucking rat cunt he is, he's just getting a ban from the show.
America Unfiltered for 110. You got my vote. This is insane. I have thick skin, but these guys are just simply vile.
Yeah, a lot of them are vile. I mean, the defending pedophilia was kind of the end of it for me. I was engaging in debates with these guys. I was letting them comment, and I was trying to engage them in debates on the show, trying to feed them the red pill a bit. And then they were literally defending pedophilic acts by rabbis, and I was like, you guys are irredeemable. You're going to hell.
Rogue Templar, I am not a communist. Actually, I think Tucker is a commie sympathizer for defending Maduro in Venezuela.
Dude, fuck off. Tucker is America first, and I'm not saying we could trust everything he says, but fuck off. Please, just fuck off. Let's see, I think that was all the comments we had. Let's double check. Let me think. Let me go check.
Rest in peace, Dave. Christian and Fiddle are now on the chopping block. Good man for doing what's right. Thumbs up with medium light skin tone.
Yeah, they're definitely on the chopping block. They're on their last straw. Christians really start, like, Christian, you claim you're a Christian, like a Catholic or Christian. I guess you didn't specify. But then you shill for Zionists. It's like, dude, put America first. Christian, if you're not willing to put America first, don't even watch the show anymore. Put America first, and you're welcome in the show. You're welcome to comment. I'm not going to block you unless you're reporting people are saying shit as fucked up as Dave, but at the same time, put America first. Or why would you, like, watching something you don't agree with every day is like stabbing yourself in the fucking finger every day. It's like, it's not going to kill you, but it's just like, why are you being a perpetual victim and hurting yourself every day for no fucking reason, just to argue? Like, it's a very woman-like mentality, you know, very feminist mentality. So I'm going to urge you tonight, after you watch this, tomorrow after you watch this, whenever the fuck, think to yourself, do I put America over everything else? And do I put Americans and what's in their best interest over everything else? And if you think supporting a country that has attacked America multiple times is supporting Americans or America first in every way, I will, think a lot less of you.
Do you have trouble forming erection Templar face with tears of joy and cell?
Oh my gosh. Dude, like, you might be a woman. You might be a woman. Like, women love to go to the fucking, like, penis jokes and shit like that. Women love to do that. That's literally, like, we were going to talk about the Epstein lemon dick thing for today for a bit, and I decided not to because the entire thing was perpetuated by a woman. It's like, dude, women love to, like, that's their number one thing. It's like, you get no bitches. You probably have a small dick. Can you even get hard? It's like, shut up, bitch. Nobody wants to fuck you. Like, fuck off. It's so fucking annoying. And even if he was an incel, what's wrong with a Christian man saving himself for marriage? Go fuck yourself. You don't know who this guy is. You're just speaking like a douche.
How many times do I have to tell your furry ass I'm not a Zionist, I'm moderate on Israel?
You're moderate on Israel, but you defend Metzazib and you want us to send money and weapons there. Again, if you're moderate on Israel, prove it. Stop shilling for them. How about that? We're going to refresh, see if there's any more comments. That seems to be all of them. Okay, we're going to sign off for the day. That's been enough show and enough comments for the day. Fuck you, Dave. Fidel, you are a shill. Christian, you got some shit to work on. The rest of the commenters, just know I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your input, your support. I want to know what you guys think about the Zionists in the comments. Let me know. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the Epstein files. Let me know what you think about the show today. All the comments will be read at the end of tomorrow's show. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Hope you guys have a great afternoon, a great night. Please remember to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the show. Rate the show 5 stars. Join our Telegram channel to stay updated on everything. Even go follow us on Instagram, America Unfiltered Show. Follow me on X, James AUTV. We're everywhere. We're trying to get the word out here. America First is inevitable. It cannot be contained at this point. It is not breaking into the mainstream. It is the mainstream now. And we need to take that power and use it. The power that our founders intended for us to have. So I'm going to sign off today. Hope you guys have a blessed day and a blessed night. I will see you guys tomorrow on Thursday. Thank you.